The member for Warringah. Members on my left, I want to hear the member for Warringah.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave to make a personal explanation.
Does the member for Warringah claim to have been misrepresented?
Oh, most grievously, Mr Speaker.
The member for Warringah
Mr
may
Speaker,
proceed.
in question time today, various Labor members, led by the Deputy Leader of the Opposition, put it to this parliament that I had somehow connived at a deal with Senator Leyonhjelm to weaken Australia's tough, gold standard gun control laws. This is absolutely and utterly false. Now, Mr Speaker, the bottom line here is that but for the ban imposed by the Abbott government and continued by the Turnbull government, there would be many thousands more rapid-fire shotguns in this country than there currently are. Mr Speaker, if I could refer to an adviser's note that I received on the 23rd of July last year. Note the date, the 23rd of July last year. Remember, Mr Speaker, the claim of a deal with Senator Leyonhjelm done on the 11th or the 12th of August. That adviser's note said, and I quote, "Law enforcement agencies are concerned about a shipment of Adler 7 high-powered shotguns due to arrive in August." Now, Mr Speaker, we'd been advised that there was a very large shipment indeed of these rapid-fire shotguns coming into our country. More than 7,000, we were advised, had been pre-ordered. Up to 20,000 of them had been ordered. We were further advised that at that stage there were some 10,500 rapid-fire shotguns in this country. So this order, had it gone ahead, would have almost doubled, potentially much more than doubled, the number of these rapid-fire shotguns in this country. And I should remind the House, if it needs reminding, of just how much damage these shotguns can do. An old standard shotgun, let's never forget, Mr Speaker, was used at the Lindt Cafe siege, which locked down the city of Sydney for 18 hours. So, in response to this advice, my adviser's note continues, "The government will therefore take steps to place a temporary ban." Repeat that, a temporary ban on the importation of these shotguns until the review has been completed and a new national firearm agreement has been reached and all jurisdictions have updated their respective regulations. The temporary ban, my adviser's note goes on, will be achieved through a change to customs regulations. The temporary ban, the adviser's note goes on, will keep these shotguns out of the country and off the streets until such time as they have been properly classified under the new agreement. The adviser's note points out that but for the ban and but for a new agreement, these rapid-fire shotguns would, and I quote, "be classified at the same level as an air rifle under existing arrangements. This is not an acceptable situation for community safety and demonstrates the need for the National Firearm Agreement to be updated and the very good sense indeed, in placing a temporary ban on the importation of these new high-powered shotguns." Now, I put it to you, Mr Speaker, how can there have been some kind of a deal or concession or weakening for Senator Leyonhjelm on the 11th or 12th of August if the temporary ban was what the government had always intended, pending a permanent resolution of this by COAG. In conclusion, let me say, Mr Speaker, that we all know what members opposite are trying to achieve here. This is a smokescreen. Everything said today was a smokescreen to cover up for the fact that Labor is running a protection racket for the CFMEU. The bottom line, Mr Speaker, is you can always trust this coalition. You can only trust this coalition to keep our country safe.
The member for Warringah.